How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its Black Friday sale, and I am here to take a look at some of the deals under the price of $5. Now, this is just a part of the Black Friday sale, not the hot deal sale, which there's a ton of more deals available if you do include the hot deal sale. So there's a lot of stuff on sale right now. Doing my best to cover as much of it as I can, but let us get right into it with the deals under $5. Right off the bat, we got some Resident Evil games, and some fairly underrated ones at that. Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2. Now, Resident Evil Revelations is the one that I personally really enjoyed. I played it on the 3DS when it initially came out, and maybe that's why it didn't gain a lot of traction, because it was a 3DS exclusive initially. Then it got ported to all major platforms. I think PS3, 360, PS4, X1, PC. It's definitely on Nintendo Switch as well. Resident Evil Revelations was a fantastic game that, again, just didn't get that level of attention, especially because this was during the period of time where Resident Evil was kind of in a lull, like RE6 time. Like, bro, nobody was vibing with Resident Evil like that till RE7 kind of revitalized everything. But Revelations was a solid game, and then Revelations 2 was more of a smaller downloadable title that didn't gain a lot of traction either, and it was more of an episodic title. But I remember enjoying Revelations 2 as well. Not like a full price $60 game, keep your expectations in line. It was a budget title when it came out, but a solid episodic adventure there as well. Next up, gotta mention some JRPGs. .hack GU Last Recode, 90% off for $4.99. This is always an awesome pickup. I mean, you're getting .hack GU volumes 1, 2, and 3, and a fourth smaller episode, very much emphasizing the smaller episode part. These are games that I grew up with. These are games that I spent, I think, $40, $50 a pop. I forget if it was 40 or 50. Bandai Namco fleeced us with how they released these games, but these games were awesome. They're gonna show their age, some stiff animations. The voice acting isn't the greatest, but it's still fairly good. Yuri Lowenthal, the guy that voices Spider-Man and like 85 million other characters, Sasuke from Naruto, he voices the main character in this game as well. Does a great job. I mean, Haseo's a great main character as far as seeing development in a JRPG. Combat's enjoyable, albeit a bit repetitive, and like there's a lot of redundant environments in the game, but overall, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, $4.99 for that is quite good. And then Valkyria Chronicles Remastered is 75% off for $4.99 as well. There is a bundle available right now with VC4 and VC1. It's like $8. If you want to pick that up, that's probably what I would recommend, given that you're getting both titles. But if you want to just get one, VC1 for $4.99 is pretty good. There's one level that drove me insane in this game, but for the most part, it's a really well done game. The story's good, and I usually say, like, yo, Valkyria Chronicles, not a bad game to recommend people as far as a game for newcomers to JRPGs, because it has such a different gameplay style than a lot of other JRPGs. The story is just like a war story that's pretty well done, and yeah, it has some anime cliches, but it's not like you know, overbearing or anything like that. I just think it's a really solid game, a decent cast of characters, not blowaway characters by any stretch of the imagination, but a really well done game, and for $4.99, I think that's a fairly good pickup. Next up, we do have Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, $3.99 on this, 90% off. Look, Bulletstorm is a bit of an acquired taste, so to speak. It's a little bit too vulgar, a little bit too wild for some people, but this is a game from a previous era in gaming where, you know, I wouldn't even say we were getting a lot of games like this. Like, yes, there were the Bulletstorms and the Rogue Warriors of the world, but even still, to this level of vulgarity, I feel like was few and far between. It was a little bit more than now, but man, I think it's pretty good, all things considered. And even if you take away the over-the-top nature of the game, from a gameplay standpoint, also kind of over-the-top, but in the best way possible. It's just a high-octane, fast-paced first-person shooter that's really enjoyable. The issue with Bulletstorm when it initially came out really was the price point. $60 for a game that was fairly short. I believe, did they bundle the Gears 3 beta with Bulletstorm? I think that's what they did, and that led to a lot of people checking it out on 360. It was also on PS3 back in the day, but I believe they bundled in the Gears 3 beta, which is fairly smart. I mean, Microsoft be doing that with Crackdown as well. Crackdown, you remember that? Halo 3 beta? That stuff was genius, but nevertheless, check that out. Bulletstorm, 90% off for $3.99. Metro Redux and Metro Exodus are both $4.49 a pop. Now, if you need to pick up all the games, just get the Metro Saga bundle, which I think is still on sale. But if you want to just get one, Metro Redux, $4.49 is great. And then If you already have the Redux collection and you want to get the base game of Exodus for $4.49, that's fine. I would recommend you to get the gold edition, which is $5.99, but you do whatever the hell you want to do. Metro is great. Atmospheric first-person shooters, narrative-driven, really well done. Not super lengthy, but really well done nonetheless. So check those out as well. Mortal Kombat 11, 90% off for $4.99. Obviously, you would want to get the Ultimate Edition whenever you pick up a fighting game. You really always want to get like the digital deluxe edition, the version with the season passes and the downloadable content, given how much downloadable content fighting games have these days. And MK11 was the 2019 Mortal Kombat game. We had Mortal Kombat 1 back last year, but if you want to get Mortal Kombat in the cheap, $4.99 for that isn't bad. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is 75% off for $4.99. I haven't played this in forever, but actually had some fun with it. It was just severely lacking content when it initially came out, but now it's down to $5. And yeah, check that out if you do want. Batman Arkham Knight base game is 80% off for $3.99. I would recommend you to pick up the premium edition. That unfortunately is not on sale, nor is the Batman Arkham collection, which includes all 3 games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. But $3.99 for Arkham Knight is still a solid deal, and I really enjoyed Arkham Knight. I thought it was a well-done game. It was actually my least favorite of the 3 Rocksteady Batman Arkham games, but those games are all at such a high level that's not even saying much. I know some people push back on the Batmobile sections in this game. I thought they were fine. I didn't think they were anything that irritating. Obviously, I think the regular Batman gameplay is the best, but again, $3.99, this is a great deal, and if you're one of the 3 people that haven't played it, go check it out. Vampire Survivors is always under $5, but it's 20% off for $3.99 right now, and I think that's a great deal for one of those games that is incredibly addicting. A gothic horror casual game with roguelite elements where your choices can allow you to quickly snowball against the hundreds of monsters that get thrown at you. Game was huge on PC. I have a lot of friends that are super into it. Not really, you know, my style of game, but 20% off for $3.99. For Honor is 85% off for $4.49 if you want to jump into a Ubisoft live service game. I mean, there you go with that. For Honor has been around for quite a while now, and they do have the Ultimate Edition, which is 75% off for $22.49 if you do want to check that out. That includes a lot of content, bonus content, I should say, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that is on sale. Torchlight 2, 80% off for $3.99. You know, most people will compare Torchlight to Diablo. Obviously, Torchlight never got the traction that Diablo had, and it's not like as large in scale as Diablo 4 or Diablo 3, like, let's be real here. But Torchlight 2 is still a pretty good time. It's kind of unfortunate that Torchlight as a franchise kind of fell off, but if you want a dungeon crawling action RPG, like, Torchlight's a fine time, and for $3.99 it's considerably cheaper than the Diablo title, so something to check out there. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition is 75% off for $4.99. Great deal there for a Shadow of Mordor. I think that's a really solid pickup. 75% off for $4.99 on one of the games that, to me, while it was on PS3 and 360, it had a delayed release on those platforms, much like Jedi Survivor, but it was only a couple months, if I recall correctly, with Mordor. But Mordor, to me, was one of the first games that really pushed people towards the PS4 and X1. You know, it was like that next-gen action game to really sink your teeth into, and I thought it was really well done. Combat was incredibly satisfying, visuals were solid, and a good amount of content. You know, compared to open-world games these days, it might be a little bit on the, you know, contained size, but that's fine. I don't need everything to be absolutely enormous. Titanfall 2 is $4.99. It's one of the best received first-person shooters that EA just absolutely mishandled as far as the release of the game. Campaign is really good as well. $5 is pretty solid on that. Speaking of EA and first-person shooters, Battlefield 4 is $3.99 for the premium edition, and Battlefield 5 is on sale for $3.99 as well. Battlefield 1, by the way, is $1.99, so you can check that out as well. And lastly, another EA title, a little bit of a lower key one, Lost in Random, which is really well received. A gothic fairy tale inspired action adventure where every citizen's fate is determined by the roll of a dice. $4.49 on that. Nice discount on that as well if you're looking for something a little bit lower key. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of deals available under the price of $5. And again, this is not covering the hot deal sale, which I still have to go through it in its entirety, but a lot of good stuff is available in that sale as well. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.